everybody, welcome back to my channel. So I'm going to talk about the differences between hiking boots and trail runners, pros and cons of each for the trail. So these on the right are my Hoka Challengers, and I got a lot of good use out of these. Had them for almost a year now. Probably put the better part of 500 miles on them. I used them for the AT through the Smokies, Georgia, quite a few other trails, but the only issue I would say with these, if I'm going to start with the cons, would be that the sole wore down a little bit prematurely on me, and you can see right there where it's coming loose. So aside from that, the pros would be that they're ultra light. It almost feels like you have nothing on your feet, and they dry real fast. So if you're walking through creeks or streams, if you don't feel like taking your footwear off, then these will dry really fast, as I found out on multiple trips, especially going through Forney Creek in the Smokies. There's a lot of creek crossings. I think there were like 9 or 10 creek crossings altogether, and these suckers dried out really quick. So going to the Merrell boots, these things have served me well the majority of my hiking career, if you want to call it that. These were my go-to for the longest time. However, I made the shift and went to trail runners in the past year because these don't dry very fast, especially the waterproof variety. They will stay wet for up to 24 hours, even when you're outside in ventilated conditions. Good thing about these things, though, they do provide ankle support if you get the mid-tops like these. And for people that feel they have weak ankles, makes you feel a little bit more secure walking on unsteady terrain with rocks and roots. They are a little heavier, but they are very durable. They will last a long time. The tread lasts a long time. You can get a better part of a year out of these, even when you're doing 500 plus miles on the trail. So they seem to last longer than trail runners. They last longer than trail runners, but the only downside to them, they're not as comfortable. At least after having used these for the better part of a year, I had to go to these once I discovered that the soles were wearing out on these. I didn't want to use them for the Bartram Trail, my last big trip I did earlier this month. So I went back to the Merrells, which I hadn't used in the better part of a year since I'd gotten accustomed to using these. And the downside was, after about the first day or two, putting in those big miles right at the start of doing the Bartram Trail, I noticed I was getting some hot spots in the instep of my feet. And I didn't get any blisters, thankfully, but nevertheless, it wasn't very comfortable. By the time I got to camp, after the end of a 20-mile day, my feet were aching pretty bad. So I didn't really experience that with the Hokas. And this isn't to promote one over the other. This is just saying my personal experiences of the trail runners versus the boots. That I could put in 20 plus miles with the Hokas, and maybe it's just this particular brand because the soles are very thick, provides a lot of cushioning on rocky and terrain with a lot of roots. So I didn't really feel any of those uncomfortable moments, where you're stepping on that kind of terrain. So I didn't have any issues with my feet. But the boots, on the other hand, I don't know, maybe I just needed to get used to them again, because I don't recall really having too many issues in the past with them. But that Bartram Trail was pretty tough in places, so maybe that had something to do with it. Again, I'm not being biased of one versus the other, I'm just saying my personal experiences. So anyway, folks, I'm gonna make this a short video. I just wanted to get to you guys and tell you about my personal experiences having used both. And I want to let you know that I have a lot of trips coming up on the schedule. I'm preparing for a big trip. I'll go ahead and tell you that in May I plan on starting the Benton Mackay Trail, and I got to break it up into 2 trips on account of vacation time. That's the only time I have time to do something like that. But I figure I'm going to do 140 miles from Tellico Trout Hatchery, which is approximately the midway point, and I'm going to go north to the northern terminus in the Smokies, and I'm going to park my car at the Standing Bear Hostel. So I'll have them shuttle me down to the trout hatchery and hike back 140 miles approximately. I'm trying to do it in 7 days, but I have off for 8 days, so that'll give me a day allowance, a day extra allowance to just in case I need that extra day. And I'm going to come back in September and I'm going to finish it with the remaining 160 miles approximately, because I'm hiking an extra 8.8 miles because I'm going to park my car at Amicalola Falls State Park just south of Springer Mountain, where the trail starts and shares some of the course with the AT, where it starts at Springer Mountain, but you can't really park at the Springer Mountain trailhead. It's on a forest road, so that's why I'm parking my car at Amicalola Falls State Park. So I'm going to get shuttled from there to the Tellico Trout Hatchery again and hike south the 160 miles back to my car at Amicalola Falls State Park. And yeah, so that's a big trip, so I'm going to be preparing with a lot of smaller trips, overnight trips in between now and then. So you'll be seeing me doing a lot of different things on the trail. It'll be the first of so it'll be the first time for me doing some different things. You know, I might try and break some records this year. So anyway, yeah, stay tuned for those trips, because next week I'm planning on doing one, possibly going to a place I've wanted to go to ever since I first moved to this area in 2013, Fires Creek Rim, before the trail gets overgrown, because I've heard that it's pretty hard to follow in the summer. So anyway, I'll be doing some trips between now and then that I've never done before. So some places I'm going to go to revisit again, like Linville Gorge. I still have a lot to do there. I want to do the Rim to Rim trail, so you might see me go back there a couple more times. So yeah, I'm looking forward to it and looking forward to sharing it with you guys. So stay tuned and we'll make the best of it. Thanks for watching.